AM and 11 AM every Wednesday on 104.9 FM and ask her all your legal questions. Miss Ahluwalia owns and operates Ahluwalia Law Offices PC. She received her law degree in 1996 from Southern Methodist University in Dallas, Texas, and also has a graduate degree in English Literature and Master of Philosophy in English Literature from the University of Punjab, Chandigarh in India. Miss Ahluwalia is also a certified mediator and has served as an appointed mediator for Collin County Courts. In addition to regularly volunteering at legal aid clinics hosted by the Legal Aid of Northwest Texas, Ms. Ahluwalia serves as a legal advisor to Chetna, a non-profit organization working on issues related to domestic violence. She also spearheaded and participated in the inaugural annual legal aid clinic that was held to benefit the underprivileged South Asian community. Ms. Ahluwalia also served on the North American South Asian Bar Association's Executive Committee and is the founding president of the South Asian Bar Association of Dallas. Her speaking engagements have included being the speaker at the National South Asian Bar Association's annual conference, speaking at the conference held by the Texas chapter of the American Immigration Lawyers Association and Association of Dallas. Her speaking engagements have included being the speaker at the National South Asian Bar Association's annual conference, speaking at the conference held by the Texas chapter of the American Immigration Lawyers Association, and a presenter to the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce activities. She has been featured in Texas Lawyer magazine for an article on law firm ethics. Ms. Ahluwalia speaks English, Hindi, Urdu, and Spanish. Her office handles cases involving immigration and naturalization law, family law, business law, contract law, and civil litigation. She can be contacted directly at 972-361-0606 or pallavi@yourdesilawyer.com.
Ahluwalialaw.com is yet another website that you would want to log on to find more information about Pallavi Ahluwalia and her team. 972-361-0606 is their number. Right now in the studio, we do have Pallavi Ahluwalia to answer all your legal questions. The number in the studio is 972-235-5555. Once again, it is 972-235-5555. So if you have any legal questions in your mind right now, would be the time to call us. 972-235-5555. With that, would like to welcome Pallavi Ahluwalia on the airwaves of Phanesia Radio. Good morning to you. How are you?
A wonderful morning to you, Meetu. Glad to be here again this Wednesday morning with you to be able to interact with our community and answer some questions for them, whatever it may be in the areas of the law that they know that we practice in. Primarily, I think of interest is immigration. I think today, when with a heavy heart, when we woke up to President Trump, I think the first question as an immigration attorney that comes to my mind is, what is going to happen with my immigrant communities? What is it that we can tell people that are hopeful of being here, changing their status, doing things that are going to take them into having a legal presence in the country? And the only thing that I can say at this point, and that's very sadly, the people, especially the dreamers that had submitted their applications, the federal government does have your address, and if President Trump wants to reach out and deport you, it is all quite within the realm of possibility. And the reason it's possible is because he doesn't have to enact new laws. That is the power of the president, the executive action, and all he has to do is to step in, take those lists and get there and send his enforcement there. I'm not trying to tell you that the world's coming to an end. All I'm trying to tell you is that is a harsh reality today, and I worry for the community, and especially the ones that had under the DREAM Act reached out and given the federal government their information. That is quite possible. So I'd be concerned with that. For the other communities, the immigrant communities that are pending in different statuses here, let's see what we have as part of the economic reform. Again, our policy now is going to be a little bit more nativist. It's going to be more on a protection level, and let's see how we all immigrant other communities fit into that perspective. That will be a new perspective that we have to see, and we have to support. It's again, we all have this, the king is dead but long live the king, right? So one king dies and the other one comes up. In this case, this is one president goes out and another one comes out, and that's the running of the democracy. With a little concern, hopefully again better sense will prevail. He'll have his team of advisors that can give him good advice as to what he should do to run this country well, and not to let's say not to cause that much havoc, which can be done very easily without him taking much action. So, Mitu, I know we have callers that are lining up, and let's start taking these calls, please.
Let's start taking calls. I know a lot of questions probably looming in everybody's mind. Let's take them one by one. Going to our first caller, Phanisha Radio. You're live on the air. Go ahead and ask your question to Pallavi.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, I had a question. Like, say, if our parents are visiting, and I recently got my citizenship, and they are visiting on visitor's visa after they are staying here for 2-3 months, if they like, and if I want to apply for their green card, so I know that we can do a concurrent filing, right?
Correct, you can.
For that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So in that case, when we are doing a concurrent filing, is it a good idea to apply for the EAD, or it's not a good idea? We should wait to get the green card and then.
No. So so you pay for the form fees for the 485, the I-485, the form fees includes the EAD and the AP. So by all means, do fill up those forms if you're doing it yourself. But so you have to understand that these are all forms that go together. You don't have to ask for that benefit, but it's important that you do because you have paid for it to the government. Now the fees are going to be increasing, by the way, in December. So if your 6 months or your 2 months, your 60 days to 90-day period is falling before December, then just go ahead and take advantage of saving maybe the $150, $200 that you're going to spend more on the same set of fees.
Okay, so it's a good idea to wait for at least 2 months, right? 1.5 months won't be good. Like good enough?
No.
Okay, should wait for 2 months at least.
A minimum of 60 days.
Minimum of 60 days, okay. And one last thing is, when we apply for a EAD and during the time of interview, it's not taken as a negative, right? That person is trying to get a EAD because he wants to work, but that's not the case.
Not at all. Not at all.
And even applying for the advance payroll is okay if it is needed.
It should be applied for because it'll come together in a combo card, and that'll ease their presence here. If they have to run for any emergency or any matter for that, in that case, they are able to go out with that AP that they get along with the EAD.
Okay, got it. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your call. 972-235-5555. Number in the studio. Going to our next caller. On Asia Radio, you are live on the air. Go ahead and ask your question to Pallavi.
Hi, Pallavi. I have a question on H-1B. I have 2 approved petitions. One is ending in March 28, 2017, and the second one starting with March 29, 2017 to March 28, 2020. So I'm planning to go for stamping to Metamorphose. This is the same employer.
Okay.
And I am reading several forms like I cannot eligible within 90 days of petition date. So is it the right time to go, or do I need to wait?
Yeah, so basically, if you're trying to get your visa stamping past the time that not until just the March approved date of 2017, but going past into 2020, you said that you had an approval for, then you'll have to get closer to the end of that petition before you will be allowed to get stamped, because the ability, if your second petition does not start from March, they cannot approve you for the later approved petition if you go stamping now.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
All the
I got
best.
it.
Of course. Take care. Bye.
All right. Thank you so much. This is Your Business Matters with Pallavi Ahluwalia from Ahluwalia Law Offices. The number to reach us right now is 972-235-5555. And to get in touch with her and her team, you might want to take an appointment. 972-361-0606 is the number. ahluwalialaw.com, the website. Going to our next caller, Phanisha Radio. You are live on the air. Go ahead and ask your question, please.
Hi, I'm an F1 student here in Texas, and I'm failing to maintain my status. I do have a valid visa until 2019. What my school is recommending me is they're going to give me a new SEVIS number, a new I-20, and they're just trying to tell me that travel out of the country and come back in. You don't need a new visa. So first of all, is that a recommended course of action? And secondly, do I need a new visa?
Yeah, so there are two views on it, and one view is that once you are negated on your, or you've had trouble, you're not facing a denial though, right? On your present
No, I haven't
you don't have
applied
any
for
issue.
reinstatement.
Okay, so then converting it into a new SEVIS and then traveling out with the same visa is advisable. Just step out of the country and re-enter, and you should be okay.
Okay, and there should not be any trouble at the customs? I mean, what
At the
kind
port of
questions?
entry? No,
Yeah.
no. And so how long did you not maintain status?
Well, I mean, I ended up working a little bit extra on campus as per their records, and that's how I failed. So they haven't terminated me yet. They're going to do it end of the semester. So right as soon as they terminate, I'm going to travel.
Okay, all right. Yes, I would say that the new SEVIS and traveling out and re-entering the country should be your course of action.
Okay, thank you so much.
All the best.
Thank you once again. 972-235-5555 number in the studio. This is Your Business Matters with Pallavi Ahluwalia. Going to our next caller, Phanisha Radio. You're live on the air. Go ahead and ask your question to Pallavi.
Hi, Pallavi. My question is, I just recently received my green card based on employer EB1C.
Okay.
So thank you. My eldest son is going to be 12 in March.
Okay.
So when we are eligible for citizenship in 5 years,
Right.
would he be able to get citizenship just on my parent application, or would I need to apply separately for him?
Yeah, so we're talking about him. So 5 years down the road, he's going to be 19, right? So he's going to be over
No,
the age.
he's going to be 12 in March,
Right.
and I just got my green card a month back.
Okay, so
So when I'm applying for citizenship, he'll be just shy of 17 years.
okay, so if he's going to be, so the rule here is that you must be a green card holder, and for him to get automatic citizenship through you at the time that you derive your citizenship, not at the time that you apply for your citizenship, he must be under the age of 18. Okay.
Not at the
Not
sorry,
at the
can you
time,
repeat that?
yeah, not at the time of your application, but when you acquire citizenship, when you're naturalized, he should still be under the age of 18. Okay, and that's
The earliest I can apply for citizenship is after I maintain my PR status for 5 years.
correct. 4 year, 9 months is the earliest that you can apply, so that gets you a little bit of a head start, but it takes about 8 months. It just depends sometimes. It may take even 6 months, and if it is that you get your citizenship, then and he's under the age of 18, immediately you can apply for the proof of citizenship for him, a certificate of citizenship, and that would get him the proof that he's a US citizen. But with your naturalization certificate, his birth certificate, he can also directly just apply for an American passport.
Got it. Thank you so much.
All the best.
Thank you for your call. Moving on to our next caller. Once again, the number in the studio, 972-235-5555. Phanisha Radio, you're live on
Hello.
the air. Go ahead and ask your question.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
हेलो गुड मॉर्निंग
Good morning.
मेरा सवाल ये है कि मुझे ना सिटीजन नहीं हुई हूँ, इसको 4 साल हो गए हैं, तो अब मैं अपने एप्लीकेशन कब फाइल कर सकती हूँ?
आप 4 साल हुए हैं आपको एज अ ग्रीन कार्ड होल्डर, आप बोल रहे हैं?
अक्टूबर में हो गए।
4 साल? ओके, 9 महीने और हैं जी आपके पास बिफोर यू कैन अप्लाई फॉर सिटीजनशिप.
ओह अच्छा, थैंक यू।
थैंक यू जी. बाय.
Thank you so much for your call. Moving on, Phanisha Radio, you are live on the air. Go ahead and ask your question, please.
Thanks for taking my call. So my I-140 is approved, and I'm about to get maxed out in April. So I need to apply for my extension. So the question is, my amendment is pending. Basically, I moved to Dallas in December 15, 2015.
Okay.
So that amendment is still pending. So now I'm trying to apply for my extension in premium. So hopefully if I get my premium extension approved, and if there is a problem with the amendment, will there be any problem with the extension too?
Yeah, so no, so let's just look at it one way. So when we put one application on top of another and another one is pending and it does not get approved, it can cause harm to the later approved application. The government has an option to come back and ask you more questions about it. Okay, an easier way sometimes is that you step away from the country and re-enter the country, and that negates any issues that you have, and there is the automatic visa revalidation by a visit to a contiguous territory, which is Canada or Mexico. Now, given your scenario, if you have the amendment pending, one idea is to premium process that and then file your extension in regular processing. So you can deal with this amendment and you don't have to deal with it again later on, right? So you just premium process it. You're allowed 240 days of employment authorization based on a pending case. My only concern happens when somebody is running out of a driver's license or anything like that, and that's why they need the later approved application to be approved rather than pending. So you'll have to make your judgment based on anything, but premium processing both is the best. But if you have to do it on one, I would recommend doing the first one unless you're stuck with the driver's license issue.
Okay, so when the amendment fails, is it mandatory that they revoke, or they can consider revoking?
Yeah, so they eventually get to it. It just leaves you hanging for a little while. So they don't have to revoke, but they can revoke, and you're right. But the point is that there is not like a given time frame. They can even come to you in like 2 years when you're kind of ready to file your next extension. So it just creates more of an issue here.
Okay, and like usually what can be the reasons for amendment failure? I mean, because I'm working with the MNC, usually everything is legal.
Yeah, no, that's not the issue. The issue is the end client support, right? So, if you're working at a different location from where you are, so you put in an amendment because there was a change in location, correct? That's why you amended.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
correct.
Yeah, so and that's the reason you have to be able to support that by having an end client write out that end client letter that the government is looking for, and if that was part of your amendment petition and that's not going to be an issue and they're going to approve it anyway, that's fine. So you don't have to then premium process it. But if you had something that was missing in that set of documents, then I would premium process, deal with it, and then file this extension.
Okay, got it. Thank you very much for your inputs.
Of course, all the best to you.
Thank you so much for your call. 972-235-5555 is the number in the studio. This is Your Business Matters with Pallavi Ahluwalia from Ahluwalia Law Offices. Going to our next caller. On Asia Radio, you're live on the air. Go ahead and ask your question, please.
Hi, how are you, ma'am?
Very well.
My name is Lubna. I have just one question. Actually, my mom, she's in Pakistan and she's a citizen over here in USA, and she needs to apply for her son, and he have a two there. So I just want to know what is the procedure and how long it will be take to come over here.
Okay, so your mother is a US citizen. She would be applying under the F3 category. Right now, that's backlogged by about 11 years. Okay, so it'll take about 11, 12 years just straight on the visa bulletin. I'm looking at the December visa bulletin right now, and the people that are getting their green cards under the F3 category is February 15th of 2005. Okay, so she will apply for her an I-130 for him, put in all the information about the family too. There are no separate applications for the children or the spouse, but just showing that he's married and he has kids, and then that application will be filed and pending for a little while, and then when this application gets approved, she'll get an approval notice, and then when the priority date becomes current, which means that on the visa bulletin, when this date that you're filing and the priority date that the government has assigned to this case becomes current, is when the second step will move forward, and that will be at the National Visa Center.
Okay. So what you said, it's a I-30?
I-130.
I-130, right. So is it possible somebody told us, like, because she's a citizen, so it's not like take too long, like 11 years to you told me?
Yeah, no. So even if, so a lot of people don't understand, especially, when you're just talking to somebody casually, they will not understand what the law requires. Just being a US citizen and getting her child here, if he is married, it goes into the F3 category, which has an 11-year wait.
Oh God. Okay. So is anything happened with that Trump? Because they're gonna change the policies and something like that.
Yes. Well, I did make an announcement. We don't know what's going to happen at this time, but we're just going to have to just wait and see what happens. At this point, if people have to apply, and hopefully they won't negate the applications that are already pending. Nobody is going to be able to go into, as a president, he can't go in and unilaterally change the law, but at this point he's got the Senate as well as the House of Representatives in his control, under the Republican control, so it makes a change in the law quite feasible or quite possible. It's within the realm of possibility. So let's see what happens.
Okay, hopefully
hopefully things won't dramatically change.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I appreciate it for your time and everything.
Okay, you take care, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Thank you for your call. Going to our next caller, Fun Asia Radio, you're live on the air. Go ahead and ask your question to Pallavi.
Hi, I recently had my green card approved and received, though my employer was insisting on getting my L1 extension stamping, which I just got done a month back.
Okay.
So if I travel out of the country now,
you will come back on the green card.
Do I need to get my L visa cancelled or something, or I just make sure that anytime I'm entering, I'm showing them my green card?
Just the green card. Your L1 visa is overridden by the fact that you have something that came on top of that, and that is your permanent resident card.
So in their system, they would already be showing that the permanent resident card is the only valid thing, and the L visa is already overridden, you're saying?
Correct. You have to show your green card though.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you for your call. 972-235-5555 number in the studio. We'll try to squeeze in as many calls before 10:30. So going to our next caller, Fanisha Radio. 11 o'clock. Sorry. And so let's quickly go to our next caller, Fanisha Radio. You're live on the air. Quickly ask your question, please.
Hey, hi. Good morning. Thanks for taking my call. So I have a question on extension. So currently I have an approved petition till February 2017. In this September I have filed an extension in premium. I got an RFE. My company is currently in the process of replying back. So meanwhile, when I have applied the extension, my wife went to India and came back. So is there any so currently her I-94 is only February 2017. So
she'll have to apply. She'll have to apply for an extension of her stay, and that would be by filing the H4 form again. So she had an H4 that was filed earlier also with you?
Yes.
Okay, so that just was abandoned the moment she stepped out of the country. So her step out, so the government may not have come back and told you that, but that will be, that's pretty done now. The change of status on that or the extension of stay on that is not available to her anymore because of her step out and re-enter in the country. So what she has to do is to apply for another H4 extension.
Okay. Even though the current, the extension which I have applied with her haven't been approved yet, right? So even it's not approved,
the thing about the 539 form is that the moment you leave the country, it gets abandoned. It's an extension of stay in your current status or a change of status. So if you leave in the interim, this does not work like an H1B works, which continues. Even if you were to step out of the country and re-enter, it would still continue. That's not the case with the 539.
Okay.
All right.
So in February, I need to apply it again, right?
Correct. You will have to.
Okay.
All the best.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for your call. We have exactly 1 minute on the clock. Let's go ahead and take the last caller on air. Manisha Radio, you're live on the air. Go ahead and ask your question very quickly.
Hi. I took an InfoPass appointment to get a 551 ban on my passport because I hadn't received my green card in hand, though the approval notice came and I needed to travel outside.
Sure.
I just got my green card in hand today and my InfoPass appointment is tomorrow.
You can cancel.
So I called them to try and cancel it, but looks like I misplaced my PIN number. So if I don't show up for the appointment, is there a problem?
Well, basic courtesy demands that you cancel it.
But
if you don't,
cancel it and without the PIN, they're not letting me cancel it.
Correct. And maybe you want to reach out to the 800 number and let them know so that they can pass that message internally. And I know we're out of time.
We are running out of time. Thank you so much, Pallavi, for being here as always.
Thank you, Mitu.
Matters with attorney Pallavi Ahluwalia.